Darts podcast-ийн ерөнхий винтгэгч дартсын маань.
Hello, Darts fans. We are back, me and Bindaria, broadcast number 4 with our guest, Nitin Kumar, number 1 player from India, attending the PDC Asian Tour 13, 14, 15 held in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. We are at National Park Terelj in Terelj Mountain Lodge at the terrace of this beautiful hotel. We have beautiful nature, and we are really glad we are having our special guest, Nitin Kumar.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Pleasure's mine. Love the place.
Okay. You are first time in Mongolia, yeah? Am I right? So
Yes.
please tell me your first impression about Mongolia.
First impressions.
Yes.
Or it could be
I mean, it's
impressions
it's
you had
it's
been.
only good impressions though. I mean, from what flying in from Dubai, it was pretty long flight. Had to wait for 2 days in Kazakhstan and everything. So the connectivity wasn't that easy. But once I've landed over here, apart from the weather, which I'm still not getting used to, love the food, love the people. Hospitality's been wonderful. You guys have honestly been wonderful. The stays I've had, the darts tournaments, everything. I cannot say anything negative so far. And of course, it hasn't snowed, so I cannot say anything negative about the weather also. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. I love it
Thank
so
you
far.
to hear this kind of words. So I think we forgot to tell that also Kumar participated in WTF Open, Mongolia Open and WTF
Ulaanbaatar Open.
Ulaanbaatar Open, and you were runner-up of the Mongolia Open, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you lost to our
Old
player
coach, yes.
Otto, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, so
I think we can start from, because you are a top Asian player. We can say that you just won one of the Asian tours in Ulaanbaatar. Yeah, I think it was the second one. Second one, the 14th. So tell us about your darts playing routine. How do you train? I think fans are very interesting about how you train and so on. Maybe some tips how to improve
Of course.
quickly.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I do work in Dubai, so because of that, I do have a 9 to 6 job, and of course, Saturday, Sundays I'm off, and normally it's pushing myself as much as possible on Saturdays and Sundays. I have a good practice partner in Alena Biabi, who also works in Dubai. We normally meet up over the weekends and just play maybe a race to 50 or a race to 70 or whatever. Just play. We'd be done with around close to 100 legs in space of 6-7 hours. Every 1 hour, I mean, we'd keep going on for an hour and then take a break for 15-20 minutes, come back, continue where we are. And during the days, during work days, it's a little hard depending on the schedule and how much work is there. So I do admit there are a few days when I come back and I look at the dartboard and I just tell, no, not today. I'm not
You're
gonna
too
touch,
tired,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not going to touch the darts today. So, but on the days when I do at least want to practice darts, I never let it go more than around 2 or 3 days without at least throwing my darts for 5 minutes, because
It's
since
very
it's
useful. Yeah.
since it's very much of a routine, I don't want to forget the way I throw my grip, because it's something that takes a second for you to just let go.
You are talking about your grip. Show us how do you hold the darts.
I normally hold it like how I would use a pen. Normally when I was small, it was kind of weird that a person uses all 5 fingers to write.
All
But
5
that's-
fingers.
So, but that's how I use
That's
it.
why you use all the.
That's why I use it like that. So, I normally have
Pinky.
my pinky finger and my ring finger on the point. I have my middle finger over here, which
Under.
actually gives me additional support under the barrel. And these two, well, they are technically the most important fingers on the dart, because they are the last ones that release. I don't feel that, because I kind of flick my dart, so this middle finger is the most important for me. And just because I have very big hands, I'm a big guy, I unfortunately need long barrels. And if it's not a long barrel, I need a long point as well. So that's how I sort of play with it.
Okay, so
Дартс подкастын ерөнхий виндэтгэгч Дартс Цэгийн.
So, congratulations to your first win in PDC Asian Tour. I think it's your first time, yeah?
Yes, my first time.
Okay, so
Only good memories in for
Wonderful
Mongolia.
memories. I'm not going to forget this for a long, long time.
and in your last in the finals, yeah, you played with Paul Lim, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, and we watched that game, and in this second leg there was 180 from
Paul, yes.
Lim,
Oh.
and we
Yes.
thought, okay, now it's over. So
Yeah.
Paul Lim had advantage, yeah.
Yes.
180 is in the second leg. It's very important thing.
Yes.
And unfortunately, after that 180, he did 26.
Yes, you were 26.
Classic,
Yes.
classic 26.
Yes.
That was. Please tell me your feelings in that game.
What were you feeling in that moment?
I've always wanted to win a final because I am now becoming unanimous of going to a final and losing. So I was up. I missed the double 20, I think, to win it. And of course, you give a chance to Paul Lim, he's going to kill you. He did. And the last leg, I think he didn't start with something really good.
Yeah, in the middle, yeah.
Yes, I made an error also. I'm not too sure how much I got. I was walking back and I could hear him talking to himself. Paul, just one big dart. That's all you need, one big dart. I walked back and then turned around and I saw the first one was in triple. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a 180 for sure. And he hit the 180. Ras Brave was, of course, his iconic celebration. And in that second, I was like, just don't make a mistake now, Nithin. You already made one. Just throw straight. Don't get the ones and fives.
Don't panic, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Panic.
it. Because I've panicked enough before and I've lost enough before,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. So
You don't want to repeat.
yes, I
Mistakes.
just didn't want to make another mistake. And luckily enough, he let me off by scoring 26,
Yes.
and sort of balanced everything out. And I think I was able to get a high score after that, and I didn't fumble on the finish again. So
Mhm.
I'm happy I didn't give him another chance. If not, it would have been a bad night for me. For sure. For sure.
Yes, that was really good game.
Yeah.
Okay, please tell me about your first dart. So, I mean, your first teacher. Who was your first teacher of your
First
Darts,
teacher,
yeah.
actually.
and when did you
Start playing darts.
When did I start?
fall in love with darts? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I was always in love with darts as a kid because parents would get you the magnetic darts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well,
So as a kid, I remember doing that, and then my parents actually in Dubai, the Indian community is quite well knit. So my parents loved playing cards.
Mm.
So we had a lot of family friends. So I think around that time it was a Friday, Saturday holiday in Dubai, and every Thursday night, friends would come over to each people's house. So we have
Mhm.
maybe
Play
10,
cards, yeah.
10, 15 different families,
Mhm.
and all the kids would go to the rooms and do whatever they want.
Mhm.
The parents will not be disturbed. For one day, they're just going to play cards.
Mhm.
So there was a new family that got in. His name was Chowdhury, very good friend of my dad's and
Mhm.
mom's, and he came in and he just said, you know what, why don't you guys come to my house next week? So it was a weekend thing. So everyone's like, yeah, okay, he's the new person, he's the new ad, so we'll go there to his house next time. So all the kids, all the families went there, and when I went there, I just looked at it and I said, oh, this guy has a real dartboard. All right,
Real
cool.
dartboard, yeah.
And all the parents were sort of busy doing their cards, and the kids were in the room, and I just saw the darts over there. I was like, this looks very different from what I'm throwing.
Mhm.
So started throwing, and I kept hitting the wall.
Mhm.
My mom and dad were like, watch out what you're doing, you're going to break something. And initially he was like, it's okay, he's a kid, just let him throw, it's fine.
Mhm.
But then I think casually after 5 minutes he came and he saw the damage I did to his wall. He was like, please, I'll tell you how to throw. This is how you hold the darts and this is how you throw.
Also, he was your first teacher, yeah?
He was the
Yeah,
first
you
teacher.
can say
yes.
that, yeah.
He played, at that time it was the Dubai Darts League. He used to be a player in the Dubai Darts League. He got my mother initially wanted to play darts because I have a younger brother, my dad is there, no woman wants 3 men in the house all the time, so she needs some time off. She needs some way to let go of her pressure. So she got into darts. My dad joined her later. Of course, you're playing darts, you get to go to the bar. My dad will love doing that. So my dad also got in. They both became really good players. Then my brother's 5 years younger than me, so he was a really small child. I was maybe 10 years old, 11 years old at the time. So we were too young, we couldn't go to bars, and they never allowed us to touch the darts. So casually, whenever my mom and dad used to leave home, I'll go throw some darts, and my brother would be watching either Cartoon Network or something.
Cartoon Network.
Okay,
So
nice history. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just by chance. That's it.
Yeah.
If my mom and dad never played cards, I might not have ever gotten into darts also.
You were not here.
Yeah.
You were not here.
Yes.
So- okay. And you are Winmore player, yeah?
Yes.
So official player Winmore of Winmore brand. So and also
Is it hard to get the sponsorship because you have your own design darts, yeah? Nitin Kumar.
Yes.
How did you achieve that? Did they approach you, or you, after when you were famous, or how this become?
It is difficult. You have to achieve, and it also depends on the brand as well. Maybe because I think Winmore sort of wants to get into Asia and expand. So in that way, I would consider myself maybe lucky enough to get a brand like Winmore, because I used to be a target before. However, I used to play in India and Dubai, and there's no scope for developing their soft tip side. And due to that, even though I had target darts, it didn't make sense to continue the contracts with them because I couldn't support them in soft tip. So yes, it depends on the brand, and of course, it's sort of like you having a resume and going for a job. They do have to see that your qualities are coherent with the brand. You got to be a good enough player to support as well, and they expect a lot from you. And right now, okay, I'm India's #1 player. That's fine. I'm slowly beginning to achieve right now in the PDC Asian Tour.
the first win, so I think
Yes.
Winmore will also.
I hope they're happy. I'm waiting for a reply.
Okay.
Дартс подкастын ерөнхий винтгэгч Дартс цэгийн маань.
And
Yes.
please tell me about your name, yeah, your nickname.
The Royal Bengal.
Royal Bengal.
It just so happened that my nickname used to be the Animal before, around 15 years back. I went for the Asia Pacific in Australia, Darwin, and I saw a wonderful player by the name of Andrew Towns, who was also called the Animal. At that time, I sort of decided I don't deserve that name. This guy is 1,000 times better. He is really an animal on the dartboard. I went back to India, and this is when I was in India trying to turn pro for around 5-6 years. One of my friends over there, casually, we were drinking a bit, which is why the good ideas came out at that time. And it was a little weird because I was the only one who would attend international tournaments alone. I was the only Indian participant who kept going for everything. And not that many people were very serious, or at least it seemed like that. I love tigers. I've always loved wildlife, and especially the tiger, just because it's something that, I mean, if you're Indian, you're always going to love the Bengal tiger, because it's totally different, holy kind of standard in India. And not only did I love the tiger, it just so happened that I was looking at something as a nickname. I wanted a tiger, and the guy was like, why don't you call yourself the Royal Bengal, because it's our national animal, it's getting endangered, you are our national national player, sorry, and there are very less of you. So
Yes, I think every nation.
But it's our symbols.
Yes. The symbolic animals, yeah?
Yeah.
So for Mongolia we have
Horses.
horse, wolf, and also falcon.
yes,
Yeah,
falcon,
falcon,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, so our last question. Please tell to our Mongolian Dart fans, Mongolian Dart players, and what do you want to tell them? Yeah.
Honestly, I think you guys are going in the right trajectory. When I was there in the tournament, of course I saw lots of good players, but I'm really happy, and it was very nice for me to actually see the youth players. playing. Just I would say advice to all the adults, right? Don't think that the youth players are going to continue playing as youth players. They are going to grow. I can see few of them in another 1 or 2 years itself are going to be very special players. So keep practicing. The small things help. Try to stay consistent. Be on a schedule always. If you have a darts tournament, sleep is very important. Your calculations are very important. And also knowing your own game. Not every person plays the same way. So this is something that you have to study about yourself. And darts is a very easy sport to actually play. It's a difficult sport to master. So mastering it takes time. But that doesn't mean you cannot have good habits and think like a champion before you be a champion. That's what I feel. I've tried to always do that last 4-5 years, and finally I won something. So, but that doesn't mean now that I leave that. I got to continue doing the same thing so that I can win more.
Okay, and my last thing, you promised one thing yesterday to us, was you will come back next year.
Of course,
Yes.
100%.
So just tell them.
100%. I'll be back here next year for sure, and maybe I'll stay for longer, have a little bit more fun. I'd love to actually come and practice with some of the Mongolian players.
It would be
wonderful.
Wonderful, because having a practice with the #1 Indian player and seeing things and having tips, advices from you.
Okay.
Whatever I know, I can help.
Okay.
I see.
Thank you for accepting our invitation for our podcast.
Thanks.
And we wish you
good luck.
good luck
My
and
pleasure.
see you next year.
Okay,
Of
so
course,
let's
see you
do
next year.
1, 2, 3, game on,
Of course.
1, 2, 3.
See.
Game
Game
on.
on.
Дартс подкастын ерөнхий винтгэгч Дартс цэгийн маань